Hey there, and welcome. Today, we're going to talk about one of the trickiest but most important behaviors for a Level 6 Project Controls apprentice, B5, integrity. We're going to break this all down using the story of an apprentice, just like you, as she comes face to face with a challenge that will totally define her professional courage. So, let's get right into it.
Here's our game plan. First up, we're going to meet our apprentice, Jody, and see the tough spot she's in. Then, we'll really unpack what behavior B5 actually means. After that, we'll look at how you can build up the confidence to act, see how Jody puts it all into practice, and finally, and this is crucial, we'll cover exactly how to evidence this for your portfolio and your EPA.
All right, let's dive into our story. We're at a big retailer called IBIS Stores. This is where we meet Jody, and it's where she's about to face a situation that will put her professional integrity to the test.
So, this is Jody. She's a level 6 apprentice, really sharp, super dedicated, and she takes a lot of pride in her work. Her whole job revolves around making sure project data is spot on and reliable. It's a role where integrity isn't just a nice to have, it's everything. And that's exactly where her problem begins. So picture this. Jody is digging through the latest progress report for a massive project, and her analysis flags something that makes her stomach drop. The official report says everything's great, all green lights, ahead of schedule. But her data, it's screaming a completely different story. It's showing a huge, hidden risk that could completely sink the project. This is her dilemma, and it's a real one you might face too. So what do you do? Okay, so what do you do when you're in a spot like that? Well, Jody does exactly the right thing. She asks for help. She sets up a meeting with her mentor, Adam, because she wants to be sure she's not just doing something, but doing the right thing. She really needs to get to grips with what integrity means in her role. So Adam, her mentor, he pulls this up and breaks it down. He explains that B5 isn't just about being honest. It's about having the professional courage, that's the key word, and the ethical backbone to actually stand up and challenge things that are wrong. It's about questioning the official story, like the one in that rosy report, and, this is huge, resisting that pressure to just go along with what everyone wants to hear.
And this is where it gets really good. Adam explains, okay, at level 6, this isn't just theory. This is what it actually looks like in practice. It's being willing to raise that red flag early on. It's about communicating your point assertively, but backing it all up with solid data. It's having the confidence to stick to your guns, even when you're getting pushback. And that last one is so important. It's making sure what you do lines up with what your company says it values. That's the bar she has to clear.
So, Jody gets the what, but the how? That's still a bit scary, right? So her next chat is with her coach, Olivia, who is an expert at building these kinds of skills. Olivia tells her something really important. Professional courage isn't a personality trait, it's a skill you develop.
Okay, this next part is pure gold. Olivia lays out this super clear 4-step pathway. First, you've got to understand the standards, know the rules of the game, because that gives you the authority to call a foul. Second, build the skills. It's not just what you say, it's how you say it, respectfully with evidence. Third, practice your judgment. Start small, build that confidence muscle so you're ready when the big moment comes. And finally, reflect on your impact. This is how you learn and grow, turning one brave moment into a professional habit.
And here's something Olivia makes crystal clear to Jody, and for you too. You are not supposed to do this alone. This is a team sport. Your development is supported by your coach, by getting into those senior meetings and seeing how it's done, and by getting real, honest feedback from your manager and mentor. It's a whole support system working together.
All right, this is it, the big moment. Jody's got the definition from Adam, she's got the action plan from Olivia, and now she gets that final piece of the puzzle from her line manager, Rita. Rita looks at her analysis, confirms her findings, and gives her the green light to raise the issue. The project review meeting is tomorrow. It's go time.
This slide says it all, doesn't it? On the left, you've got the story everyone wants to believe. We're crushing it. On the right, you have Jody's data-driven reality. A big problem is hiding just around the corner. And that gap right there, that's where you earn your credibility. And this is huge. Her manager, Rita, reminds her of something absolutely critical. Challenging this report isn't being negative or difficult. It is literally her job. The standard says she has to challenge misleading info and resist pressure. Her speaking up isn't rebellion. It's the highest form of professionalism. So the meeting happens. Jody goes in, presents her data clearly, calmly, and professionally. It's not an easy conversation, but her evidence is just undeniable. The team listens, they see the risk, and they change the plan. She did it, but, and this is a big but for an apprentice, the story isn't over. Now you've got to prove it.
And this is where her coach, Olivia, steps back in to help her nail the paperwork for APTM. And listen up, because this is so important for your own portfolio. A great reflective statement doesn't just say what happened, it explains why you did it, what the outcome was, and what you learned. Things like meeting minutes or issue logs are perfect objective evidence, and getting feedback and writing from your manager, that's just golden. This is how you turn a real-life action into top-tier evidence.
So let's jump ahead. It's EPA day, and the assessor asks this exact type of question. Because Jody lived through this and documented it so well, she's not scrambling for an answer. She has the perfect, real-world example locked and loaded. She's not talking theory here. She's talking about what she actually did.
And just listen to this answer. It's fantastic. Notice the language she's using? She's speaking the language of the standard. She talks about being evidence-based, challenging constructively, and doing it under pressure. Best of all, she connects her actions to the big picture, protecting decision quality and maintaining trust. That right there is a distinction-level answer, built on solid experience.
So let's bring this all home. When you think about Jody's journey, you realize that integrity isn't just a word on a page. It's all the little choices you make, every single day, especially when it's hard. Over time, that becomes your professional signature. It's the mark of trust you leave on everything you touch. So the real question is, how are you going to sign your work?